So you have low traffic. Well, I have some good news for you. You can still optimize your site. And today, you've come to the right place to find out exactly how. Hi there, I'm John MacDonald, and you're watching The Goods YouTube channel. We release e-commerce insight videos about every other week. So make sure you subscribe if you're interested. Now, let's get started. Well, it would be nice to have an endless stream of traffic to your site. For many brands, it's more of a trickle, and in some cases, a very, very small trickle. You may not be able to generate thousands of visitors just overnight, so it's difficult to run quick conversion opportunity tests to improve your sales. Now, here's the thing. High traffic websites can run multiple experiments and variations at the same time because they have such a large pool to draw from. This means they can see statistically significant results in a matter of just days or weeks, producing faster iterations, more tests, and more data-proven results. Sure, low traffic sites can still run the same amount of tests and variations, but with a much smaller pool of visitors. And that means they won't produce the same statistical significance unless they run that same test for weeks and weeks on end. Now, there's no hard and fast rule here, but we recommend having at least 5,000 visitors per variation for conversion rate optimization tests to work effectively and for them to provide accurate results. Alternatively, you can look for a 95% reliability rate if you have less traffic than that. If you don't reach that threshold, how can you optimize conversions? Well, I've collected 6 ways to boost conversions even with low traffic. First up, let's talk about quantitative research. You don't have to have enough traffic to draw from. You can work with what you have. Quantitative research involves collecting closed-ended numerical data and using that data to identify patterns and then analyze characteristics. For example, dive into your Google Analytics data to determine key drop-off points for your visitors, like the journey people take on your site, their demographics, and their overall shopping behaviors. You can also use closed question surveys to scale data and get information straight from your customers themselves. You can send a post-purchase email or simply put a call out on social media asking your target audience to share their thoughts. Next on the list is qualitative research. Qualitative research seeks a deeper understanding of why visitors on your site behave in a certain way. While quantitative data helps you identify overall patterns and trends, qualitative data provides context. For example, you might discover that lots of visitors drop off at the point of checkout, but qualitative data help you determine why they dropped off. You can try asking visitors open-ended questions as part of a survey or carry out phone interviews with a handful of your best customers. Your customer support team has valuable insights here too. You can analyze live chat transcripts to identify conversion sticking points and ask your support team about the most common questions they get asked. User testing will give you an insight into what your website visitors actually think you do and why they're on your site. You can use this information to help draw conclusions and test hypotheses if it becomes apparent that visitors aren't sure where to go next from a product category page or the checkout form, and you can assume that this might be hampering conversion rates. Use a dedicated site like userinput.io to carry out your own tests internally. Heat mapping tools like Hotjar and Crazy Egg can also determine areas for improvement. Number 3 on this list of ways to increase conversions is to test your highest traffic pages. Your site might have low traffic, but there are bound to be a couple of pages that can get the lion's share of visitors. You can use these pages to run A/B tests if the numbers are high enough, and apply similar results to all the similar pages. For example, if you get over 10,000 visitors to your best-selling product page, you can test the CTA buttons, the copy, the headings, the contact forms, visuals, and any other elements on that page, and apply the results to other product pages that get far fewer visitors. Now, let me pause here for a moment just to remind you to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the video and you want to be notified when we share more insights. Now, let's continue with number 4, testing live changes. Now, you might not have tons of traffic, but it's easy to see if a page is performing better than its predecessor. Start by tracking the metrics on the page or element that you want optimized for about a month, and then implement the changes you've identified through user testing, surveys, heat mapping, and all these other primary research that we talked about. And then track the results of that new page for the next month. If conversion rates increase, you can probably safely assume that the changes you made are working. Fifth on the list of how to increase conversions with low traffic is to consider rapid testing. Rapid testing is the act of getting quick answers from people other than your site visitors. In fact, having your audience involved is the antithesis of rapid testing. Otherwise, it turns into real optimization that takes a lot of time. The goal of rapid testing is to get instant feedback on isolated elements of your site so you can start acting instantly. The downside is you're giving up a few things to generate that speed. You're giving up more statistical certainty, and you're giving up the ability to exactly test with your site visitors. Now, you can go onto different types of small task warehouses that exist where there are folks all over the globe who do small tasks for about $1 each. Now, this can improve and involve preference testing, which might mean putting up 2 different banners on 2 different landing page layouts and asking a very pointed question like, which one of these has the better offer? Or which one of these is more intriguing? The idea is to get thousands of responses in a short space of time, say 12 hours or less. I recorded a whole podcast on this topic with my friend Ryan Garrow at Logical Position. I'll link it up in the corner here and also in the video description. Sixth and final on our list today is to identify low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit is the perfect opportunity to make quick and small tweaks to your site to increase conversion rates. Sometimes even making just the smallest change can make a huge difference, like simply tweaking the wording on a homepage call to action, adding a 360 video image carousel on the landing page, or incorporating more testimonials, reviews, and case studies. So start by pinpointing the areas where you can make the biggest impact. Basically, where the most visitors are dropping off. Using your site analytics to find the worst performing pages and looking into your e-commerce reports to track the percentage of people who are looking at your product pages and buying, or on the flip side, not buying. If there's a product with a particularly low add to cart rate, this tells you that there's probably something that customers don't understand, or it's too expensive, or you just haven't explained the benefits succinctly enough. To help identify low-hanging fruit, ask yourself these 3 things. Where? Where are people dropping off? Where is leaking conversions? Where are the highest bounce rates happening? Where can you easily increase website conversions? Your analytics will help you identify these sore spots. Ask yourself, what's causing people to drop off? What's causing those high bounce rates? What's creating friction? Heat maps, survey, and heuristic evaluations will all be your friends at this stage. And lastly, ask yourself why. Why are the drop-offs happening? Here, you'll need to dig into qualitative research like surveys and live chat transcript. We've covered a lot, so let's recap a bit. Conversion rate optimization is important for any e-commerce brand, but it's markedly more difficult for brands with lower traffic. However, there are still plenty of ways you can identify areas of improvement and create a better customer experience that gets higher conversion rates and traffic. It's important that you're flexible with conversion goals and run small focused tests that can hone in on areas that are dramatically underperforming. Combine qualitative and quantitative methods to provide context for your findings. Identify low-hanging fruit for quick success and tap into heat mapping tools, user testing, and 5-second tests until you have enough traffic to run efficient A/B tests and other optimization activities to improve the user experience and build trust. If you want to take a quick screenshot, here are the 6 ways that you can increase conversions with low traffic. Quantitative research, qualitative research, test your highest traffic web pages, test live changes, and consider rapid testing to identify low-hanging fruit. Naturally, as you continue to scale, you'll hit a point where you're sending less qualified traffic to your site because you're sending much higher volumes of traffic. If you want to create a more formal CRO strategy, just get in touch with our team. Thanks for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.